Hey guys, my name's Carl Golden. Welcome to my front room. In this video today, we're going to be looking at the 5 essential guitar pedals. The legends at Strings and Things sent me over loads of more pedals to try out, so that's what I'm going to do today. I do have some of my own pedals over here in a box and over here. The first essential pedal, of course, is a guitar tuner. This is the Baby Tuner by Mooer. I used to use a Boss chromatic tuner. If you look at the size, why do you want a tuner that's this big and takes up so much space? Of course, a tuner won't improve your playing or change the sound of your guitar, but it will keep you in tune. And that's essential for yourself and of course for your audience that are watching you live. They don't want to hear an out of tune guitar. Another great feature of a tuner is that when you press the button, it mutes your guitar so the crowd isn't hearing your amp. Let's say you've got a lot of gain on your guitar and it makes a lot of sound during certain sections of a song and you can't turn off your gain. This is a great way to mute your guitar in those sections. You can of course get those clip-on guitar tuners that go on the top of your guitar, but they don't look cool. You want to look cool on stage. Don't want a stupid gadget on top of your guitar. Get yourself a tuner. Number 1, very essential. Let's put that on my pedal board. There we go. These are not in order of what they'll be in the effects chain, but we'll go through that at the end once I've got through all 5 pedals. Number 2 on the essential guitar pedals is of course an overdrive or distortion pedal. I have 3 different types of overdrive pedals here from Mooer. I used to use the Boss Mega Distortion pedal, but very similar to the Metal Zone, it sounds pretty bad. I'm getting rid of that and I'm going to switch to the Blues Mood overdrive pedal. And the reason I'm choosing this is because I used to play one of these bad boys and it sounded great. So a distortion or an overdrive pedal is a must. It brings out those chords or your guitar riff, your solos. It gives you volume when you need a change of dynamics in your playing. Dynamics, I can't say dynamics. It changes your overall sound of your guitar. It makes it sound more aggressive. Of course, we are assuming that you're going through a clean amp and this is making it distorted or overdriven. Depending on your style of music, you may go for a distortion pedal instead of an overdrive pedal, but the option's there for you guys. I'm going for an overdrive pedal because that suits more my type of playing. With these 5 essential pedals, I'm assuming you're only using 1 amp with 1 clean channel, no effects loop, so this is all going into the front of your amp. If you're using these pedals with a distorted channel, the situation kind of changes and you need to use an effects loop, otherwise your modulations and your delay pedals are going to sound muddy and not very good. If you're using a clean channel and putting these pedals all through the front of your amp, they should sound great. As we'll find out later when I try out the final pedal board. Number 3 on the essential pedal board list is of course a delay pedal. I have here the Echo Verb. This is both a delay and a reverb pedal. So it has a switch up the top here. You can choose between your delay or your reverb. Obviously we're using this as a delay pedal. For live performances I used to use this bad boy. I didn't actually realise that you were supposed to put your delay pedal through the effects loop when driving your amp. So I used to have awful sounds with this. Anyway, we're going for a Mooer pedal today. I love the fact that these are half the size of most other pedals. Macro series! Delay pedals add so much more weight to your sound. It's really useful in creating an atmosphere when you're playing live. I like to have this on for my clean parts and even for my distorted guitar solos. It's like almost having 2 guitarists as it doubles up your sound. Of course, the most amazing thing about a delay pedal is it covers up all your mistakes. Oh yeah! Who wants to hear your mistakes? Just shove loads of delay on your guitar. No one knows you played 7 wrong notes, you know. But no, in all seriousness, you can create some really psychedelic sounds and experiment with different timings. Rob Scallon's a great example of that. A lot of his original songs experiment with delays. Number 3, a delay pedal. I shove it in. Once again, these are not in order of the signal chain. I'm just picking them up as I'm thinking about what the top 5 is. Number 4 on my list is probably one of the most intimidating pedals and very misunderstood in the guitar world, and it is a compressor pedal. So I have here the Mooer Yellow Comp. A compression pedal is probably one of the most useful pedals you can ever have. Rabir Masad has a great video explaining a lot more about compression pedals, but the basic idea is that with your high signals and your low signals, so when you play harder or you play softer, it equalizes all of these out so they're the similar kind of level. So if you're playing very quietly, the compressor pedal brings it up in the mix. If you're playing very loud, it will kind of cut it down so your playing's equaled out. It's great for those kind of quiet finger picking parts that you play. They don't really come out in the mix. With a compressor, that really brings it up in the mix and it sounds great. Also for you shredders out there who want to do your tapping or your legato licks, this really helps in bringing that out in the mix. You know when you get frustrated, you hear those funk players that get that really cool, bright sound? That's probably because they have the compression pedal getting that really squishy, funky sound. A compression pedal also lets you have a lot more sustain without using more gain or boost, which is also another positive. Bassists can also use compression pedal. It's great for when you're doing those slap lines or you're finger picking a very soft part. This is the bad boy you need to get those to come out in your mixes. A compression pedal can also be used as a boost for the front of your guitar amp, so you don't need to also have a boost pedal. You could use your compression pedal for that boost. Get yourself a compression pedal if you haven't already. Essential stuff. So this is where it gets a bit more complicated for my fifth and final essential pedal. I'm drawn between a wah-wah pedal, a boost, or a loop pedal. Loop pedals are so good though. Kurt Hammett would be very proud if I made this essential. I don't think he actually has any other pedals, he just has a wah-wah pedal. So I've got a Crybaby 353Q, which is an awesome wah pedal, but check out the size of the Mooer pedal compared. It's crazy. Right, what am I going to choose? I'm not going to use a wah-wah. Sorry, Kirk. A wah-wah is not an essential pedal. We don't technically need a boost or an equalizer pedal because we can use the compression pedal to boost our solos or other sounds. So out with the wah, out with the equalizer and boost pedals. My fifth essential guitar pedal is going to be a loop pedal. I have the Groove Loop here. The cool thing about this pedal is it can be a looper, it can be a drum machine, or it can be a looper and a drum machine. That's really cool. I do have the Boss Loop Station, but it's just so big on your pedal board. Once again, the Micro series for the Mooer pedals is just mind-blowingly smaller. So we're going with this. So why do I think a loop pedal is an essential pedal to have for a guitarist? You're not necessarily going to use this live, but you will if you are a guitar player gigging on your own. Let's say you're doing a clinic and you want some drums, or you're having a jam with another guitarist or another bass player, or a guitarist and a bass player. Your drummer didn't turn up, you can use this. Another very important thing about a loop pedal is one of your best practice tools. 99% of guitarists playing is rhythm playing, so you want to improve that, get a looper. If you're a beginner guitarist, it's a great way as well of learning how to play in time and to play with a band. I think when you first start out, you're not even listening to the drums. This is a good way of doing it in the comfort of your home, or with a friend. You can get a bass player to practice with you, but a great tool. So of course, with the loop function of this pedal, you can lay down a chord progression or guitar riff and then play some lead parts over the top. You may not use it live, but I guarantee you'll definitely use it. That's our 5 pedals. I do have a 6th bass, but ignore that, that's not there. You didn't see that. But if I was going to have a 6th pedal, that's just satisfy Kirk Hammett. He's blatantly watching this video. Of course he watches my videos. But yeah, you could shove your wah there. I'm not gonna. It's not essential. This is the 5 essential pedals, not the 5 and a bit. Right, so we have our 5 essential pedals. Let's now put them in order. So your guitar's going to be coming in here. So we're going to firstly have the tuner, then we want to go into the compression, then into the overdrive, then a delay, and then finally the looper pedal. Then this will then go to your amp. That is the way it should be. I've got some of these Mooer pedal connectors here. I've also got some of these foot switch toppers. So you put these on your switches. It makes it a lot easier to push the pedals when you're playing live. You know, sometimes you miss them. You've got these on. There's more of a surface area to hit. So we've got our toppers and we have our connection cables. I've got my 9-volt daisy chain power supply by Mooer. Let's do this. With her devious ways. Oh man, she knows how to get me going. I just can't resist her sweet. So this is why I love Mooer pedals. Look at that. Look how compact this thing is. So I've got 5 pedals in this little case that I can pack up and bring to gigs. All I need to know is they have a clean guitar channel for me. I can plug in all my effects and I'm good to go. Right, now that we've set up our 5 essential pedals, they're all in the correct order. Let's go to my studio and test them all out and show you what they do. So we're now set up in Golden Studios. I've got my pedal board, I've got my guitar, I've got my amp mic'd up. I've got my Gibson Gold Top Les Paul going into my tuner, then into my compression pedal, then my overdrive, then my delay, then finally my looper pedal. Then the output of this is then going to my Boss Katana 50. This is a brand new amp that I purchased the other day and it's a steel £180. Highly recommend this amp. I've only got this set to a clean channel, so let's hear what that sounds like. Lovely. That was not set up, of course it was. So my guitar's out of tune. One of our most essential pedals is a tuner. So if I play and then press this button, we're now muted. So as I was saying earlier, that's a very useful tool. So let's tune up. Okay, so we're all tuned up. So as you can hear, I've got no effects on the amp. It's just a clean channel, no reverb, no delay. That is it. So that's when we go to our next pedal. So our compression. So as I was saying before, it's great for funk and bringing out those lead tones. So this is the guitar without the compression pedal. Let's turn that bad boy on. As you can hear, it's got more kick to it and it's great for that funky kind of sound. It's got a real twang to it, which I love. So that's the compression pedal. Let's do a little funk line, I don't know. Right, moving on to the overdrive. So as we're saying with overdrive, if you want to get a big kick and lift, this is what you need. more subtly. Another great combination is your overdrive and your delay. We can also then use the compressor to boost it even further. Without. It sounds so much better with. So hopefully that's coming across in the recording. That compressor really brings out the notes. Combined with delay, that sounds lovely. So let's use the gain and the delay. Just a simple demo. Here we go. What song's this? Okay, let's put the compressor on. So that's the kind of idea anyway behind the looper pedal. I'm not showing it very well, but big thanks to these guys, my patrons. They support me for $5 or $7 a month and I really appreciate it. In return, they get backing tracks and tabs from my previous videos and for my future videos for as long as you support me. You also guarantee that your suggestion gets in the next 100 riffs. Also, if you'd like to play in the next 100 riffs played by you, you guarantee that spot.